Welcome to A Push for 5, your daily all-in-one study partner for the AP exam. We'll guide you through real stimulus-based APUS history practice questions. We have a total of over 150 videos that will be uploaded daily. These will go in chronological order, covering every period from pre-Columbus to modern day. We've got this. Here comes a set of questions from Period 3, 1754 to 1800. Question 1. Stimulus. Broadside, 1774. Our liberties are trampled by acts of Parliament without consent. Question. Which law was this most likely referring to? A. Navigation Acts. B. Pinckney Treaty. C. Jay Treaty. D. Intolerable Acts. The correct answer is D. Intolerable Acts. The Intolerable Acts punished Massachusetts for the Tea Party. They became a rallying point for colonial resistance. Question 2. Stimulus. Federalist number 10. The mischiefs of faction. Question. Madison's argument most directly responded to fears raised by which event? A. Stono Rebellion. B. Shays Rebellion. C. Salem Witch Trials. D. Glorious Revolution. The correct answer is B. Shays Rebellion. Shays Rebellion exposed instability under the Articles. Madison argued a large republic could manage factions. Question 3. Stimulus. See image. Question. This provision most clearly demonstrates the Confederation Congress's attempt to A. Establish a uniform system of public education in every state. B. Eliminate religious influence in government institutions. C. Promote civic virtue and orderly settlement in new territories. D. Require equal representation for settlers west of the Appalachians. The correct answer is C. Promote civic virtue and orderly settlement in new territories. The ordinance provided for public education and orderly survey of lands to ensure stable settlement. It reflected the belief that Republican virtue depended on an educated citizenry in newly acquired Western territories. Question 4. Stimulus. See image. Question. Washington's concern was most clearly rooted in A. The rivalry between Jeffersonian Republicans and Federalists. B. The divisive debates over ratification of the Bill of Rights. C. The continuing conflict with native confederacies in the Northwest. D. Disputes over the balance of power between state and national governments. The correct answer is A. The rivalry between Jeffersonian Republicans and Federalists. Washington warned that growing partisanship undermined unity and stability. His concern reflected the increasingly sharp divisions between Federalists and Republicans over foreign policy and domestic authority. Question 5. Stimulus. Excerpt from Hamilton's Financial Plan, 1790. The debt of the United States was the price of liberty. It must be funded. Question. Opponents of Hamilton's program most feared that it would A. Expand slavery into the new territories. B. Undermine U.S. independence by allying too closely with France. C. Encourage renewed British control of Western forts. D. Placed too much power in the hands of the national government and wealthy creditors. The correct answer is D. Placed too much power in the hands of the national government and wealthy creditors. Critics feared Hamilton's debt funding and bank proposals favored elites at the expense of ordinary citizens. These objections became a foundation of the Republican opposition led by Jefferson and Madison. Question 6. Stimulus. Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom, 1786. No man shall be compelled to frequent or support any religious worship. Question. This statute most clearly reflected which broader trend in the early republic? A. The spread of democratic ideals in law and government. B. The decline of Protestant churches in the southern states. C. The replacement of religion by scientific rationalism. D. The desire of political leaders to weaken republican virtue. The correct answer is A. The spread of democratic ideals in law and government. Jefferson's statute separated church and state and protected freedom of conscience. It embodied the Revolution's broader emphasis on individual rights and liberty. Question 7. Stimulus. Shays Rebellion, 1786. Reports of Massachusetts farmers closing courts. Question. This event convinced many national leaders that A. A national bank must be created immediately. B. States needed to abolish property qualifications for voting. C. The Articles of Confederation were too weak to maintain order. D. Britain was preparing to retake New England. The correct answer is C. The Articles of Confederation were too weak to maintain order. Massachusetts farmers' uprising revealed the inability of the Confederation to suppress unrest. Many elites concluded that a stronger federal government was essential to protect property and stability. Question 8. Stimulus. See image. Question. This compromise resolved A. Disputes between large and small states over political power. B. Whether enslaved people would count for taxation. C. Whether the president would serve for life. D. The question of independence from Britain. The correct answer is A. Disputes between large and small states over political power. The compromise created a bicameral legislature balancing proportional representation with equal state votes. This solution resolved deadlock between states with vastly different populations. Question 9. Stimulus. Declaration of Independence, 1776. Governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Question. This principle was most clearly intended to justify A. A return to monarchical rule after the war. B. Rebellion against Britain's violation of colonial rights. C. The strengthening of executive power under the Articles. D. An alliance with Spain against France. The correct answer is B. Rebellion against Britain's violation of colonial rights. Jefferson's assertion of popular sovereignty justified separation from Britain. Colonists argued that Britain had violated their natural rights, voiding their allegiance. Question 10. Stimulus. Proclamation of 1763. Settlement west of the Appalachians is prohibited. Question. Colonists most strongly resented this measure because it A. Limited their opportunity to acquire land after the French and Indian War. B. Raised taxes on imported manufactured goods. C. Forced them to provide housing for British soldiers. D. Excluded them from trading with the Caribbean. The correct answer is A. Limited their opportunity to acquire land after the French and Indian War. Colonists expected Western lands as a reward for victory, but the Crown restricted settlement. This deepened resentment toward imperial authority and contributed to revolutionary tensions. Thanks for watching APush for 5. Let us know in the comments which questions you liked the most. If today's practice helped you, tap like, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future videos. And share this with a friend who's also aiming for that 5. If you want more hands-on learning or direct feedback, reach out directly. We'd love to help you take your prep to the next level. See you in the next video.